Okay, guys, I know you can't see me off camera. The irony is I love trees, but trees do not love me. But I will do my best. So if this goes well, this will be uploaded. Wish me luck. We might have to stop early if I start wheezing and coughing again like I did earlier. But anyway, welcome you guys. I hope that you're having, there's no better way for me to say it right now. I hope you guys are having a great time of it. I can't be any more optimistic than that at the moment. So much has been going on. I may or may not share more info depending on discretion of friends and family. But yeah, there's a lot going on. Never a better time than to appreciate a fluff baby like Magenta girl over here. So let's go ahead and get started by just taking a nice, comfortable, seated cross-legged position towards the center of the mat. And by the way, welcome everybody. My name is Amy, and this is yoga, aka Bubbles Mix Squats, which I have a funny story behind that little moniker. Obviously I love squats, but there's more to it than that. So we typically do vinyasa on this channel. I'm hoping that she stays asleep all the way throughout this video. I don't want to sneeze all over her. Which means that, excuse me, which means that it's a fairly vigorous flow. If you find that you're struggling to keep up with the flow combinations, take breaks as needed, come to downward dog, child's rest, seated position, whichever feels most appropriate for you. We are going to go ahead and start by lifting the arms up. See if you can start to draw your gaze up towards your hands. And as you exhale through your mouth, allow the arms to drift down. Now this time, inhale through your nose if you can, or if you like me, inhale through your mouth. And exhale, release those arms down. Inhale, reach up. And I apologize if you're hearing some weird swooshing background noises. That's just my dishwasher going at the moment. Inhale, reach. It's been chaotic around here lately. And exhale, release the arms down. Inhale, see if you can start to reach the arms up just a little bit more, really pulling your spine nice and long, keeping your arms up. Exhale, draw your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, look up. Exhale, down. Inhale, look up. One more time. Exhale, look down and fold over your seated cross-legged position, taking your hands as far forward as your body will allow you to go. Inhale, exhale. See if you can fold a little bit more without forcing it. Inhale, exhale. See if you can fold a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. Excuse me. Inhale, walk your hands in. Exhale, let's go ahead and transition into all fours. From all fours, try to have your wrists directly below the shoulders, knees directly below the hips, fingers spread wide. Inhale to a gentle back bend. Exhale, round through. Inhale into cow. Exhale into cat. Go ahead and follow your own breathing here. If you find that you would like to stay in one asana a little longer than the other, of course, you may certainly feel free to do so. Inhale into cow, hold for a couple of breaths, and exhale, round through to cat and hold for 2 breaths. Inhale, exhale, take your hips back to your heels, coming into child's rest with arms extended or elbows wide and hands stacked under your brow, whichever feels most appropriate for you. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, really breathe deeply, drawing the breath into your low back. Exhale. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, walk your hands in to your knees. And as you exhale, tuck in your tailbone, rounding your torso. Inhale, arch your back, draw the shoulders back. See if you can look upward. Exhale, round your torso. Inhale, arch your back. One more time. Exhale and inhale. Now we're going to change this up. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone and hold here and take your fingertips just above the knees. And inhale and hold, taking your fingertips just behind your hips. Inhale, come to neutral spine. And exhale, walk your hands forward, coming to all fours. Inhale. Exhale, round through to cat. Inhale to cow. And continue to work with your breathing. Exhale, hold cat, and this time from here, tuck in the toes and lift the knees and hips up to downward facing dog. Excuse me. Woo. From downward facing dog, remember, you do not have to have your legs fully extended. What I do want you to focus on is the elongation of your spine. Try to have your fingers and toes spread nice and wide and gaze into the mat and begin to walk the dog. Inhale, hold, and exhale, knees to the mat, hips to heels, come back to child's rest for a few breaths. Inhale, walk your hands in. And as you exhale, round through, fingertips just above the knees. Inhale, gentle back bend, fingertips just behind the hips. Exhale, round through. Inhale, back bend. One more time, exhale, round through. Inhale, back bend. And exhale, round through and hold here for a few breaths. Inhale, back bend for a few breaths. And exhale, walk the hands forward. Curl the toes under, knees and hips come back up to downward facing dog. Hold here for a few breaths. And again, walk the dog. So we're just taking it easy with our flow combination for today. We're sticking with a few basics. I am going to add in a couple of variations as we go along. Inhale, hold, and exhale, take your knees to the mat, hips to heels, come back to child's rest for a few breaths. From here, inhale, walk your hands in, and this time as you exhale, you're going to round your torso, lift the right knee up slightly, so you should feel a stretch into your shin. Exhale, release that knee down. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round through. Inhale, exhale, lift the left knee, stretching the shin. Inhale, release, back bend. Exhale, round through, right knee up. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, round through, left knee. Inhale, back bend. We're just preparing ourselves for the flow combination ahead. And exhale one more time. Left knee, lift. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, walk your hands forward and return to downward facing dog. and walk the dog once again. Inhale, hold. And this time, as you exhale, lower the hips halfway down. Take your right knee to your nose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, exhale, left knee. And inhale. Now exhale, take the right knee to your nose and hold. So you're kind of slightly pointing your toes today. Inhale, exhale, step your right foot between your hands. Inhale, drop the left knee down and lift your shoulders over your hips. Go ahead and take your hands to the bony part of your hip or iliac crest. Inhale, draw the elbows back, opening your chest. Exhale, elbows come slightly forward, tuck in the tailbone, navel drawn in. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. One more time, inhale. Exhale, and take your hands to the mat. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the left knee, and exhale, step forward, coming to forward fold. Relax the back of your neck. I want you to feel as though you're hinging and hanging forward like a rag doll. Just allow your hands to go wherever they may. Either just relaxing the top of your hands to the mat. You could even bind your toes with your index finger and thumb. You could reach the back of your hands behind your heels, just whatever feels most appropriate for you. And from here, nod your head yes. And shake your head no, kind of letting go of any tension that you may still have in your neck. Nod yes, shake no. I don't know if any of you guys are like me with the allergies, but sometimes it can feel a little bit kind of flu-ish. Like you get kind of achy in your lymph nodes sometimes when things get very congested. If you know, you know. So this little nod, yes, shake no, can sometimes really help if you, well, obviously if you get tight through your neck, but also if you get to feeling very congested. Yes, I know we're folding forward and it's not fun to have fluid in the head while folding forward. However, this can help to also release any of the fluids that kind of settle into your lymph nodes as a result. All right, inhale, hold, and come all the way up to standing. And we're just going to kind of settle here for a moment into Tadasana or mountain pose, kind of recentering ourselves after all that neck and head movement. And if you're anything like me and you are very congested, you might feel a little dizzy headed. That's perfectly normal. All right, this time we're going to go ahead and inhale, reach the arms up, bring the palms together. And exhale, take your fingertips towards the back of your neck. Try to keep your elbows stacked over your shoulders. Try to keep your back nice and neutral. Inhale, exhale. Really think about breathing into your abdomen here. Inhale, exhale. We tend to hold a lot of stress in our abdomen area throughout the day. That's pretty common, also through the shoulders. So I want you to try to let go of any tension that you may have in your abdomen and your shoulders. Really think about pushing the shoulders down. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Inhale, step your right leg back. Exhale, lower the right knee down, and inhale, shoulders over the hips, hands to the iliac crest or bony part of the hip. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. You might feel a really deep stretch into the quadricep and hip flexor of the back leg. Inhale, exhale, tuck in that tailbone. Again, deep stretch. Inhale, exhale, take your hands to the mat. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift the right knee, and exhale, step back, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, knees to the mat, hips to heels, returning to child's rest for a few breaths. Inhale back to all fours and exhale, downward facing dog once again. Inhale, exhale, lower the hips, left knee to nose. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, left knee. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, downward dog. And again, exhale, left knee. Inhale, downward dog. And this time, exhale, right knee to your nose and step the right foot forward. Inhale, exhale, downward dog. Inhale, exhale, left knee to nose. Step the left foot forward. Inhale, right knee down. Hands to hips, shoulders over the hips. Back bend. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, curl the toes under, lift the back knee, and exhale, step forward. And again, ragdoll your torso, loosen your arms, and let's nod yes, and shake no. Nod yes, and shake no, and nod, and shake your head. Inhale, hold, and come all the way up, returning to Tadasana. Resettling and centering, resettling the fluids, recentering the body. Try to breathe as deeply as you possibly can. Inhale, reach up, palms together. Exhale, fingertips towards the nape of your neck. Again, elbows stacked over the shoulders. And hold here. Continue to hold this while I double check just to make sure I don't have any incoming calls. Okay, yep, sorry about that, you guys. I just had to double check. We have a lot going on right now. All right, inhale, exhale. Again, really think about breathing into your abdomen and relaxing the shoulders downward. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, left knee down. Inhale, hands to hips. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale, hands to the mat. Inhale, curl your toes under, lift that left knee. And exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the mat, hips, heels. Returning to child's rest for a few breaths. Inhale, return to all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, exhale, left knee to nose. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale, right knee. Inhale, downward dog. 2 more times. Exhale, left. Inhale. Exhale, right. Inhale. Exhale, left knee to nose, and step that left foot forward. Inhale, downward dog. And exhale, walk your hands to your toes. So that now we're coming to the back of the mat. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Reach up. This time from here, see if you can clasp your elbows, draw your gaze forward. Again, shoulders pressed down. Deep breaths. I want you to feel as though you're trying to pull your elbows apart, but at the same time, be very careful and mindful of your shoulders. If you're feeling any aching pain into your shoulder area, I want you to keep the arms up instead. Inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, just 3 more breaths. Again, relaxing your abdomen. Bring the air to your diaphragm. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, lower your arms down. And allowing that blood flow to kind of go back down to the fingertips. Allowing our fluids to kind of redistribute into mountain pose. Keep your eyes soft. From here, inhale, take your right leg forward. So now we have all 10 toes going towards the top of the mat. Make sure that your toes are spread nice and wide. Again, take your hands back to your hips. We're not only putting a lot of focus on helping the lymph nodes drain, obviously our talk about allergies lately, but we're also focusing on form, especially for today, just with the basics. So I want you to go ahead and inhale, come to a back bend. So you're going to feel how the low back arches, and you might even feel how your hip flexor kind of relaxes. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. Now you might feel that strain from your hip flexor all the way down the quadricep to the knee. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone. Keep that back leg extended. Inhale, exhale, and hold here. Again, keep that back leg nice and extended. If you can, slowly turn to look back to your leg. I know we have those toes pointing in the same direction. That might be a little bit of a balance challenge for you, especially if you're dealing with sinus congestion. Just take your time. Inhale. And again, make sure, look back. Keep that leg fully extended. We're going to stay here. Try to keep the right shoulder down. And you might feel a little bit of a stretch from your upper trapezius in the neck, all the way down to the lower trapezius, into that shoulder blade. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, and carefully begin to fold forward. Yes, you might be feeling like your shin, calf, ankle of that back leg is doing some work. That's because we're using a little instability here. We have all of our toes coming forward. You might feel a little shaky. That's perfectly normal. Inhale, exhale. I want you to see if you can take your hands to the mat. If you cannot take your hands to the mat, I encourage the use of books to either side of your right foot, or if you have something to hold on to help here, like a box, or if you have yoga blocks, even better. You could stack those yoga blocks and hold here if you cannot fold all the way over that leg. You should feel a nice deep stretch into the back of that right leg. Really think about the hip hinge. So I want you to take your left hand to your left hip and hold your left hand here. Deep breaths. Inhale, take the left arm down. Exhale, right hand to your right hip. And we're creating that hip hinge. Push the hips back, lifting the tailbone up. Inhale, right arm down. Exhale, bend that front leg. Coming to a lunge position. Inhale, left knee down. Release those toes. You might feel like you need to wiggle that back foot a little bit. Inhale, take your shoulders over your hips. Take your hands to your hips. Now, from here, I want you to keep your left knee directly below the left hip. Try to keep the right knee directly above the right ankle. Taking your time, inhale, exhale. Let's turn to the right. So we're slightly revolving that lunge, but we're also adding a little variation. Deep breaths. We're not stretching the hip flexor as much here. Our focus is on form. So start to turn to look over the right shoulder. Make sure the left heel is lined up and pointing straight up to the ceiling. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, release your hands to the mat. Inhale, curl your toes under. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, knees to the mat. Hips to heels. Coming back to child's rest for a few breaths. Inhale, all fours. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to your toes. And inhale, come all the way up to standing, returning to mountain pose for a few breaths. This time, inhale, reach those arms up. Once again, clasp your elbows. Try to keep your back as neutral as possible. And I want you to feel like you're trying to pull the elbows apart. Again, if this is bothering your shoulders, instead keep your arms lifted straight up. Those are your options. Breathing into your diaphragm. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, lower those arms down. And inhale, step the left leg forward. Again, all 10 toes coming forward. Hands to your hips. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, tuck in the tailbone, getting that deep stretch into that right hip flexor. Inhale, back bend. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, hold here. Inhale, look back, making sure that you're not bending the leg. Inhale, look forward. Again, exhale, look back. Inhale, take your time. Exhale, look back, hold here. Again, you should feel the stretch from your upper trapezius all the way down into that shoulder blade, into the lower traps, upper and lower. Inhale, look forward. And exhale, taking your time, finding that balance, fold forward. Coming back to that basic pyramid. Take your time. Again, you might be shaking a little bit. See if you can take your hands to the mat. If you cannot take your hands to the mat, have books or blocks to stabilize you and keep you from folding too deeply forward. Just make sure that you're not overstretching the back of that leg. And to make sure that we're maintaining that hip hinge, go ahead and take your right hand to your right hip and really pull and lengthen your hips back, pointing the tailbone up and back. Feel the movement and the lengthening into those hamstrings. Feel the movement and lengthening into your spine. Inhale, release the right arm down. Left hand to left hip, exhaling. See if you can pull the tailbone up and back a little bit more. Breathe into that stretch. Now, there are two forms of shaking. There's the shaking that you get when you're using your muscles quite a bit. And then there's the shaking that you get when you're overusing or overstretching. We call that the Golgi tendon reflex. It's when you're starting to come to a point where you might tear something. This is a defensive mechanism of your body to prevent injury. So if you are shaking too much, it's becoming too unstable, I want you to bend the knee, but very, very carefully bend the knee. Do not come to a locked leg and then suddenly bend that leg. Very careful here. Inhale, left arm down. Exhale, bend that knee, coming to a lunge position. Inhale, right knee comes straight down. Again, taking the shoulders over the hips. So just like with before, knee over the ankle, hip over the back knee. Inhale, gentle back bend. Exhale, turn. Again, we're bringing a little variation to our lunge. We're not focusing so much on the hip flexor release and psoas release as we are focusing on our form. So look towards that back heel. Make sure that your foot's not turned. I want you to try to keep that back heel pointing straight up. Depending on whether you're somebody that tends to supinate the foot or overpronate the foot, you might have a tendency to naturally do one or the other when you're in these stretches. So always try to make sure that you're aligning that heel with your leg. Inhale, look towards the top of the mat. Exhale, hands down. Inhale, curl your toes under. Lift that right knee. Exhale, step back. Downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands to your toes. Oh boy, post-nasal drip city, here we come. Inhale, all the way up to standing, loosening all those fluids. Reach up, palms together. Exhale, take your hands to Namaste. From here, start to roll through your feet. I think you guys probably know what's coming next. As mentioned in my last post, talk of trees, more basics. Now go ahead and inhale, hands to hips. Try to keep your hips nice and square. I'm gonna go ahead and turn to face you so that you kind of see what I'm talking about. In tree, again, this is a basic posture, but it's also not basic in that, like with anything else that we do in exercise and yoga, form. Excuse me. Form is key. So if you have your hips lopsided and you're standing on one leg, what do you think might happen? You're going to have a harder time finding your balance. So try to keep your hips square. And you'll kind of feel it if you have one leg that's, you know, like a little bit shorter than the other, which is pretty common. Try to even your hips out a little bit, even if it kind of feels a little wonky. Inhale, exhale, lift the right heel. Excuse me. Inhale and exhale. If you want to take this a little bit further, go ahead and take your right foot to the inside of your left leg and try to move the knee back. I'm going to briefly turn around just so that you can kind of see really what you should kind of be feeling for, I guess. So in the hips, it's kind of, we in fitness, we call it the back pocket. We have what's called the tensor fascia latae. It's fun to say. I love saying that. So it's right here. And it's you guessed it, it's kind of the, well, we're at the end of February, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. It's the love handle area. So I want you to go ahead and take your hands to your love handle area. Hold your elbows back, bring your scapula together, but keep the shoulders down. From here, tuck in your tailbone, bring the right knee further back. So you're really engaging into that hip. You should feel your right hip squeezing and flexing. So that's the form that we want to try to maintain in our tree pose. I'm going to turn right back around. So try to maintain that back there, squeezing that part of the pelvic girdle region. That's what we call those muscles that make up the pelvis, the pelvic girdle region. That's the one that screams at you when you're doing the side leg lifts and the inner thigh curls. Pelvic girdle region. Oh, also my personal favorite, squats. All right, so go ahead and inhale, open out the elbows, try to maintain that form. Try to keep squeezing that back pocket muscle back there. From here, inhale slowly and taking your time to find your balance, reach your arms upward. Take your arms by your ears, and just like we've been practicing, keep the shoulders down and bring your palms together. Breathe deeply. This is the puppet prompt is what I like to call this one. So I want you to feel as though your fingertips are being pulled up to the sky by strings, right? So we're making a nice long line, like we're being pulled, like we're puppets. Breathe, allowing your abdomen to expand. Soften your eyes. Unhinge your jaw. Keep squeezing that back pocket muscle. And again, taking your time, open up those arms, index finger to thumb, and hold. And as mentioned, there's a little talk of wind, so I want you to see if you can sway like a tree in the breeze. Again, listen to your body. If this causes you pain, do not do it. Inhale, hold. Exhale, release your arms down, release that right leg down, and roll through that base foot. Again, we're using our shins, calf, ankle, and hold in Tadasana for a few breaths, softening your eyes once again. And don't forget about those back pocket muscles. Incidentally, another really great way to keep the back pocket muscles or tensor fascia latae. It's so fun to say that. Fascia latae. To keep that engaged, I want you to try to keep the tailbone tucked in, navel drawn in tight. So you're basically holding a crunch. It's like an isometric standing crunch. I want you to hold that. So you're really squeezing that back pocket area. Go ahead and lift the left heel now. And if you would like to take this further, hands to hips, bring the left foot to the inside of the right leg. And again, slide your hands into your back pocket, draw the knee back, keeping your back neutral. Navel drawn in, so you're squeezing and engaging. Breathe deeply. Or in my case, wheeze deeply. Don't laugh, Amy, you're balancing. Ooh, yeah, I guess if you want a little extra challenge, you can start laughing in tree pose as well. Ooh, nice deep breaths. Or in my case, deep wheeze. All right, inhale, taking your time to find your balance. Reach those arms and by your ears and bring your palms together. Again, being pulled up by a string. Don't forget to breathe into your diaphragm, allowing your abdomen to expand and contract. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, open up the arms, index finger to thumb, and we have the option of swaying like a tree in the breeze, blowing around the pollens. All right, inhale, hold, and exhale. Lower those arms down, release the left leg down. Go ahead and roll through that base foot. All right, and let's come back to Tadasana, breathing deeply, softening eyes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. And let's go ahead and transition into our seated cross-legged position. Go ahead and turn and use your arms to come to the center of the mat. From here, inhale, take your arms back, fingertips pointing towards your hips. Exhale, get your legs into a wide position. Inhale, shoulders over the hips, reach your arms up, and exhale, side stretch over to your left. Now, a couple of different options. You could add a variation to this, which would be more of a revolved side stretch. To do that, I want you to bend your right arm to about a 90-degree bend, drawing your elbow in towards your hip. Inhale, slide your arm back. Start to bind the toes of your right foot with your right hand. Exhale, reach up and side stretch over. So you're taking that left arm up and over, pulling the right shoulder to the inside of the right leg. See if you can look up from underneath that arm. Notice what your hips are doing. Try to keep your sit bones into the mat. Inhale, exhale. Let's go ahead and turn. So now you have your arms over to the right. You could have your elbows into the floor or mat if you wish, or if you'd rather keep your arms long, you can do so here as well. Now inhale, walk your hands in, and let's switch sides. And bring the palm up, sliding your elbow forward, binding the toes of the left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fall into that side stretch and breathe. Inhale, reach, and exhale, fold to the inner left leg or your right, whichever. Inhale, walk your hands in, and exhale, slide your legs together. Bend your knees to your chest. And go ahead and take your fingertips around your shins, pulling your shoulders up nice and high, lengthening your spine. Inhale, and exhale. Excuse me for that. Go ahead and take your knees over to your left, stacking your knees one on top of the other. Either stay here, or if you want to take this a little bit further, see if you can reach your left arm up. Breathe deeply. Releasing into that side waist. Releasing that pelvic girdle all the way down into that hip. Inhale, exhale, release, and switch sides, knees to center. Take the knees over to the other side, binding the top foot with the same side hand. Inhale, reach the opposite arm up. This is optional. Again, if you would rather stay right here, you can as well. Releasing into that back pocket muscle. Tensor fascia latae. Inhale, exhale, release, and take your knees to center. Let's go ahead and come all the way down to a nice, comfortable supine position. And windshield wiper the knees from side to side. So we kept it pretty basic today. Tree pose is a basic posture, but as I said, it's complicated in that the form it's not easy to maintain. So there are certain things that we can do in yoga where we can engage and train the muscles to get stronger. And that's just one of the many, many ways to do that, especially for core, pelvic girdle, as we discussed, the shins and calves. If you're somebody that is prone to getting shin splints from walking, it's a really kind of great way to build up the strength of the shins and the release of the shins. And go ahead and take your knees to center. So we're going to focus a little bit more on that from here. Inhale. Exhale. You're going to roll onto the ball of your feet, lifting the heels up. And I want you to engage your calves. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, lift the toes. Exhale, release the toes. Inhale. Exhale, lift the heels and the toes. Now we're going to flow with our breath. Inhale, lift heels. Exhale, toes. Inhale. Exhale. Just doing the simple little movement right here can sometimes help relieve shin splints. Of course, we can also go into our child's rest where we're stretching the shins. And go ahead and release your feet completely into the mat. And we're going to start to make our way into our Shavasana or corpse pose. And as always, just for the purposes of this video, just so we don't have any dead air time. I mean, I don't know how much you guys want to just sit there and watch me just pretend to be a corpse for half an hour. I wouldn't want to watch me sleep for half an hour. Oh, we do have a running joke in our house, by the way. I call it meditation, which, I mean, you're basically just wiping everything out of your mind. For me, I'm going into dreamland. So we do have a running joke. If you hear Amy snoring, she's meditating, leave her alone. And that's basically, meditation is code for taking a nap in here. But if you can, if you can actually go into corpse pose and not fall asleep after a while, good on you. I'm proud. You do me proud. For me, I conk out, and I don't want you guys to sit and watch me sleep for that long. It's just unseemly. Anyway, let's slide out the right heel, followed by the left heel. Open up your arms, palms up, chest open, soften your eyes, unhinge your jaw, and allow your eyes to drift closed whilst I remove the torture device from the back of my head, which is giving me a bruise. Focus on your breathing. Really think about softening your muscles from your fingertips, traveling all the way down to your toes. Really think about letting go of and silencing any remaining strenuous thoughts. Feel as though your mind is drifting towards the sky and your body is sinking deep within the earth. Breathe deeply. And again, just for the purposes of this video, we do have the option of sliding in the right heel followed by the left. If you would rather stay in Shavasana, you certainly can here as well, and I encourage you to do so. Take your arm by one of your ears and roll over onto that side so that your head and neck are being supported by your arm. Eyes remain closed. Allow your eyes to drift open. Use the strength of your arms to come all the way up into a nice, comfortable seated cross-legged position once again. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, release your arms down. Again, inhale, reach. Exhale, release. I feel a little bit more uncongested, or I like the word uncongested a little bit more. Inhale, reach up, bring your palms together. Exhale, take your hands to heart center. Namaste. Thank you guys so much for joining me as always. And as always, be patient with yourselves and listen to your bodies. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Make sure to tap or click on that notification bell. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, if you just want to say hello, go ahead and put that in down below in the comment section. And I hope to see you guys again soon. Peace. Yana Bear, sleepy kitty.